Survived the earthquake. Shimi's family were missing in the tsunami. A lot of our friends and other family were missing in the tsunami as well. But we were very happy. Our house had survived. We were looking forward to welcoming some other refugees from the tsunami area when a tap on the window came from a friend who had a radio going to tell us that a power station had exploded. We thought, oh God, power station. Then I learned a new word. It's called genpatsu, meaning nuclear power station. And once the shock wore off in about 30 seconds, my wife and I, with our 3 small children, were in a car heading for the mountains. We're only about 55 kilometers from Fukushima, as it turned out, in the prevailing wind, in the direction of the prevailing wind. The area that we had chosen to live our lives is now around about 16 times more contaminated than the background radiation. As far as the Japanese government is concerned, that is safe, and we chose to leave. At 20 times, then you have to leave. So we're actually refugees by choice. I don't see it that way. My children are safe. They came back to the UK with my wife. We had to separate for a year as I went back to help with the clear up in our village and also in the tsunami area. And now I have some very high levels of contamination in me, I'm sure. My children don't. And those children that Taka is working so hard to help, those children are my children's friends. They're my wife's family's children and friends. All across northern Japan it's terribly contaminated. Now a lot of people, I told people I was coming here today, and some people said to me, so you're coming here because it's political? And I said, no, it's not about right, left, it's about life and death. And those children, those beautiful children in the north of Japan, they're dying, and we don't care. The Japanese government doesn't care. Japanese industry doesn't care. The world doesn't care about these children. They didn't choose to be there, and we're not doing anything to help them. Other people said, so it must be a selfish reason that you're here. And yeah, I wanted to tell you that if it's selfish to put a face on these numbers that we hear, actually Taka didn't mention this, but they're now saying 48% of the children in Fukushima have lumps in their thyroids. Now, if it's selfish to come and talk about that and to highlight this, then I'm a very selfish man. So other people said, well, you lost everything, and you've got no compensation, and so it must be about money. Well, yeah, okay, I'll be honest. A little bit of money would help. It wouldn't just help me and my wife and my family. Millions of people lost their health, their well-being for the future. Hundreds of thousands of people have been evacuated, and as Taka mentioned, the government is cutting benefits to those people. They've got nowhere to go. And I'd like to ask TEPCO, I'd like to ask the Japanese government, and I'd like to ask our politicians, what is the price of a child's thyroid gland? How do you put a price on a child's future? I really don't know. And I'm a very, very lucky refugee. We're very lucky because we didn't have to put a price on our children's thyroids. They're safe, They came to England. But are they safe? Because now I hear nuclear power here is in renaissance, is resurging. Please don't. Because there is no price for a child's future worth paying. And on that note, actually, I'd like to pass over to my wife. She wanted to just say a few words. So please welcome her. This is not an easy thing for either of us to do, but we feel it's a very important thing to do. So.
Okay, thank you for coming here today. I'm very confused to be here today. I don't know what to say, because we were there when it happened. We created a monster called nuclear power, and that might have created a lot of money and job, but we allowed ourselves to keep feeding the monster, and the monster was allowed to grow bigger and bigger and bigger. We allowed the monster to get bigger and bigger. So we might have thought that was our future. But now we know we made a big mistake. We realized that wasn't our future, that it's not creating anything. So now I want to say to all the power station, nuclear power station in the world, you can go quietly and safely. It's time to go. So we have to let them go. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you.